वोट देना पड़ेगा. Is that a fair analogy, Amit Malviya?
Of course it is not, Anand, because giving money alone does not ensure that you get the votes. If that was the case, then you would have KCR in power in Telangana and Jagan Reddy in power in Andhra Pradesh. Because if you remember, in the run-up to the assembly election, both these leaders and their governments opened up the state coffers, but they didn't win. It's about trust. It's about the trust that the people have in the leadership, and that is what Nitish Kumar has cultivated as the Chief Minister. That is what the NDA has come to be synonymous with. I mean, do you really think that Mamata Banerjee, by giving 1,000 rupees to the women of Bengal, can hope to get their vote in 2026 when you had a Sandesh Kali, you had an RG car, you had the riots in Malda and Murshidabad? Of course, it's not going to happen. So clearly putting money in the hands of people is not the surest way to win elections. And again, I want to make this distinction. This 10,000 rupees, not a dole. The Chief Minister was very clear. We want to give people the resources to build their own income generating businesses. And you look at what's happened as a consequence. Women have bought goats, they have sort of got into micro dairy, they have put up stalls, food, eateries, they have started what you call Parchun Ki Dukan. So a lot of these economic activities have been unleashed in Bihar at the micro level. Now, if people do not want to see it, people go and look at traditional caste-based arithmetic. I mean, the kind of analysis that went on in the media that a particular community will vote a certain way. I mean, how does projecting Insaf Party chief as the deputy chief minister would get you the Malla votes, when in the dark Lalu Prasad era, the Mallas really suffered at the hands of the RJD regime. Correct. Now, you cannot erase history, you cannot erase people's living memory. You came up with the argument that the youth are going to vote for the Mahagathbandhan. I mean, do you really think any youth in his right mind would be inspired by Tejashwi Yadav? He can't speak to save his life.
Well,
and you think he's promised 2.5 crore government jobs to every household? I mean, people are laughing at him in Bihar. I mean, you think Biharis are so naive? People who control vast parts of the bureaucracy, the media, I mean, private sector, you think they are so naive that they will be taken in by the kind of rhetoric that Tejashwi Yadav was dishing out to them?
Well, but
I mean, let's not take the electorate for granted. They're far more smarter than the politicians think they are.
He was also amid a lot of the polls one of the most popular candidates for the CM, or ahead of Nitish Kumar in some of the dipsticks. But Tariq Anwarji, can you hear me? Tariq Saab, aapko meri awaaz aa rahi hai?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Amit Malviya making a few observations, saying that the opposition ka campaign thoda bikhra hua tha, they had the wrong narrative and they didn't enjoy the confidence of the voter. How would you want to respond?
देखिए ऐसा है कि after final outcome, we will sit and we will analyze everything. हम लोग बैठ के सारी चीज़ को देखेंगे, कहाँ पर कमी रह गई, कौन सी जगह पर हमें क्या करना था. कहीं ना कहीं तो रहा, अगर रिज़ल्ट इतना ख़राब हुआ है तो यकीनन कहीं हमारी कमी रही है, उसको दूर करने की कोशिश की जाएगा, उसका विश्लेषण किया जाएगा, उसको हर तरह से उसको
ये वोट चोरी, तारिक साहब, क्या ये बूमरैंग हो गया? वोट चोरी, SIR, क्योंकि ज़्यादा वोटर आके वोट करके गए हैं और जी
वो नहीं, वोट चोरी का जो हमने लगाया वो तो हमने कहा था कि जैसे बिहार के अंदर जिस तरह से SIR हुआ था और जिस ढंग से हुआ था उसका हम लोगों ने मुखालफत की थी और 65 लाख वोट वहाँ काटे गए. तो 65 लाख वोट काटे गए, वो किसके काटे गए हैं, वो किसके सिंपैथाइजर थे, किसके साथ थे, वो सब देखना पड़ेगा. वो थोड़ा पेचीदा मामला है.
How would you want to respond to this? ये SIR वाला मामला, 65 lakh vote. The Congress has been saying this since morning. Manikam Tagore, Pawan Khera, now Tariq Anwar. Amit Malviya?
Anand, in the months that the SIR process was on, the Congress party did not file even a single objection. And if 65 lakh voters were initially removed and then subsequently the number was approximately about 40 lakhs, why hasn't any one of them gotten up and objected to it? These were dead, migrated, shifted voters and perhaps those who were illegal infiltrators who did not return back their forms, their names were struck. I want to ask the Congress party, घुसपैठियों के वोट पर सरकार बनाना चाहते हैं? इस देश का मुख्यमंत्री कौन होगा, प्रधानमंत्री कौन होगा, घुसपैठिए तय करेंगे? Will the infiltrators decide who will govern this country or the state? That is exactly what the Congress is arguing for. और अगर घुसपैठिए मुसलमान हैं तो हम क्या करें? किसी भी धर्म के होंगे, अगर अवैध तरीके से देश पर आए हैं तो उनको देश से बाहर निकाला ही जाएगा। आप उनको यहां इसलिए लेकर आए क्योंकि आप अपना वोट बैंक बनाना चाहते थे। आपने असम में यही किया, आपने बंगाल में यही किया, आपने झारखंड में यही किया, आप बिहार में भी यही करना चाहते हैं। सीमांचल का जो पूरा क्षेत्र है उसमें बहुत बड़ी संख्या में घुसपैठिए हैं। उन्होंने अब अपने फॉर्म वापस नहीं किए, क्योंकि अगर फॉर्म वापस करते तो तुरंत आइडेंटिफाई हो जाते। आइडेंटिफाई अब भी होंगे, सरकारें काम अपना अब भी करेंगी। लेकिन ये कहना कि एसआईआर हुआ इसलिए हम चुनाव नहीं जीते, ये इसी बात को दर्शाता है कि आप घुसपैठियों के वोट से चुनाव जीतना चाहते हैं, और वो हिंदुस्तान में नहीं होगा जी। हमारे हिंदुस्तान में तो कतई नहीं होगा।
हाँ, अमित मालवीय, एक समय अल्प है आपके साथ, तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ आज शाम को क्या बीजेपी हेडक्वार्टर्स में इज देयर गोइंग टू बी अ सेलिब्रेशन? प्रधानमंत्री जी आएंगे, और इज इट गोइंग टू बी लो की बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट हैपेंड ऑन मंडे लास्ट?
Look, we have to find a fine balance to it. We understand what's happened in Delhi is something that has taken the country by surprise. You have seen the strong actions that have been initiated. The Prime Minister has said in no uncertain terms that the conspirators of the Delhi blast will be hunted down. The Home Minister has said so in no uncertain terms. And I'm absolutely sure that actions in the days ahead will bear us out.
Hello.
We have responded resolutely to any attack of terrorism in the country. As far as Bihar election is concerned, I'm sure it's a moment to celebrate. It's a moment to celebrate the victory of the people of Bihar for the choice that they have made, and we will be with them in this moment of joy.
So will there be a celebration at the party headquarters in Delhi in the evening?
You will know soon.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Tariq Anwar is with us, and we also have, thank you Amit Malviya, Manoj Tiwari of the BJP is with us. Manoj भैया नमस्ते, आनंद बोल रहा हूँ, बहुत बधाई आपको।
नमस्ते नमस्ते आनंद जी, नमस्ते, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद।
अरे अभी तो बहुत खुश हो गए आप।
आपको
थैंक यू कर दिया भाई उन्होंने, लगता है।
नहीं, खुश होना तो लाजमी है, लेकिन सबसे ज़्यादा खुशी इस बात की है कि शहाबुद्दीन अमर रहे का भाव हार रहा है। छठ माता को ड्रामा कहने वाला भाव हार रहा है। और जो लगातार लोगों के लिए, गरीबों के लिए, समाज के लिए काम कर रहा है, वो एनडीए जीत रहा है। ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं पूरे चुनाव में लगभग 78 जगह मैंने 78 प्रत्याशियों के लिए प्रचार किया, और हर जगह मैंने एक बात जरूर कही कि शहाबुद्दीन जिंदाबाद या बिहार जिंदाबाद। तो लोगों ने एक मुस्त हाथ उठा के कहा नहीं, बिहार जिंदाबाद। और आज जब समीक्षा होगी तब ये बात निश्चित रूप से आनंद भाई आएगी कि अब जंगल राज का परिचय हमें बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। 20 साल बाद भी वो शहाबुद्दीन जिंदाबाद कह के बता रहे हैं। तो आज जो रिजल्ट आ रहा है, मैं देख रहा हूँ आपके चैनल पे जी, वो हमारे लिए अप्रत्याशित नहीं है। हम 175 प्लस की मांग कर रहे थे, लेकिन सबको पता है कि हमारे मन के अंदर एक विश्वास था कि यार हम इतना कुछ कर रहे हैं मोदी जी, नीतीश जी के नेतृत्व में, तो बिहार हमें ना क्यों करेगा। और आज वो दिख रहा है, इसमें बिहार की विजय ज़्यादा है। ये बिहार ने कहा है कि नहीं, जो हमारे लिए करेगा काम हम उसी को देंगे इनाम, अच्छा परिणाम। और तो ये जो इनाम मिला है अपने काम का जी, वो मोदी जी, नीतीश जी को मिल रहा है।
पर ये देखिए, इतना गजब बैटिंग की है आप लोग।
पासवान जी
ये 200 टच करने जा रहे हैं, वो 40 तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हैं। ये इसकी क्या आपको उम्मीद थी? आपको लगा था कि ये होगा?
हमें लास्ट के 7-8 दिनों में लगने लगा था। अच्छा। क्योंकि जो सोशल मीडिया पे हम देख रहे थे, जो यादव कम्युनिटी के लोग भी वो खुल करके मोदी जी के पक्ष की बात, एनडीए के पक्ष की बात कर रहे हैं। यहाँ तक कि राघोपुर के लोग, राघोपुर का जब हम लोग वहाँ पहुँचे तो राघोपुर के लोग कह रहे थे कि नहीं चाहिए हमको तेजस्वी यादव, अब हमें एनडीए के साथ जाना है। क्योंकि आपको याद होगा बख्तियारपुर जाने वाला जो ब्रिज बना है वो राघोपुर में ही है,
राघोपुर में ही है जी।
तो वहाँ के लोगों ने पहली बार देखा, हाँ राघोपुर में है। अब आप सोच सकते हैं आनंद भाई कि जहाँ नहर पर पुलिया बनावे खातिर भी इतना मारा मारी होत रहे, अनशन होत रहे, वहाँ नदी पे इतने बड़े बड़े ब्रिज, ऐसे रिवर लिंक जिसको लोग मरीन ड्राइव बोलने लगे। आप बिहार के कोने कोने से लोग जिन सड़कों पे चल के आ रहे हैं, एक दिन हमारा मधुबन में हेलीकॉप्टर हमने छोड़ दिया, तो वहाँ छोड़ने के बाद हम बाय रोड आए तो हम 1.5 घंटा में पहुँच गए चंपारण से पटना। तो लोगों को इसका एहसास होता रहा और हमें नहीं एहसास था कि ये इतना ज़्यादा इसका प्रभाव जनता पे हो सकता। हम लोग 175 प्लस ही मांग के रह जा रहे थे, लेकिन मन में जो विश्वास था
तो देखिए मनोज जी, आप सांसद तो हैं ही, लेकिन साथ साथ वहाँ पर सुपर हीरो हैं, बहुत अच्छे गायक भी हैं। आपने तो इस चुनाव के लिए बहुत बढ़िया गीत भी कंपोज किया था। आज तो जीत की भी खुशी है, तो कुछ तो सुनाइए, गुनगुनाइए, आग्रह है।
नहीं, हम तो गुनगुना रहे हैं, हम गुनगुनाएंगे। और हमने ये सारे चीजों के बीच आनंद भाई एक बिहार का जो प्राइड जगाया है मोदी जी, नीतीश जी ने
जी,
वो उसको भी हम अनदेखा नहीं कर सकते। हमने उसी का गीत गाया था
जी
कि माटी को सोना करने वाली कलाकारी है जी, हाँ हम बिहारी है जी, थोड़े संस्कारी है जी, सबसे ज्यादा IAS PCS विद्यापति की रचना है हम, रेणु की कहानी दे दी, दिनकर की कविता है हम।
क्या बात है।
दुनिया में जहाँ भी जाते हैं हम मेहनत से छा जाते हैं, डूबते सूरज को अर्घ्य दिला छठ की महिमा बतलाते हैं, अकेले चाणक्य जैसे 100 पे भारी है जी, हाँ हम बिहारी है जी। और एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात आपको गीत में बताऊंगा
जी
कि जाति की दीवार टूटी, जाति की दीवार टूटी,
क्या बात है।
उस बिहार के आभारी है जी,
क्या बात।
हाँ हम बिहारी है जी, थोड़े संस्कारी है जी।
जी, और एनडीए
एनडीए
विपक्ष पे भारी है जी, ये भी है।
से करनी पड़ेगी आनंद भाई।
जी जी, पर एक बात बताइए, महिलाएं और ये युवा, ये जो MY फैक्टर है, मुस्लिम यादव से महिला युवा हो गया है, ये आप लोगों ने एक सोचा था इसके बारे में कि ये हो गया है अब? और क्या ये बिहार में ये राजनीति की परिभाषा, इलेक्टोरल डिस्कोर्स की परिभाषा बदल देगा?
इसी को मैंने कहा थोड़ी देर पहले कि इस चुनाव की समीक्षा बड़े सूक्ष्म स्तर पे करनी पड़ेगी। काम करके विश्वास जीता जा सकता है, ये एक मैसेज है बिहार का चुनाव। काम करने वालों को जनता जरूर आशीर्वाद देती है, ये रिजल्ट दे रहा है ये बिहार। और ये बिना खाली सोचने से नहीं होता है आनंद भाई, सोचना भी पड़ता है, एग्जीक्यूट भी करना पड़ता है, सरकारी खजाने का सदुपयोग भी करना पड़ता है, और गरीबों के जीवन को, मध्यम वर्गीय लोगों के जीवन में खुशहाली पैदा करनी पड़ती है, और तभी ये रिजल्ट। इसलिए मैंने कहा कि जाति की दीवार टूटी
जी,
उस बिहार के आभारी है
जी। जी,
हमने ये भी देखा कई जगह कि मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी भी अब केवल हराने के लिए नहीं निकलता है। हाँ ठीक है यार, जीत रहे हैं तो जीतें, क्योंकि हमको वो अनाज देता है, हमको वो मकान देता है, हमको इलाज देता है, किसी में भेदभाव नहीं करता। तो बिहार का रिजल्ट बहुत कुछ सोचने को विवश करेगा।
ये जनसुराज पार्टी का क्या हुआ? प्रशांत किशोर जी बहुत एड़ी चोटी का जोर लगाया ग्राउंड पर, उनका पार्टी कहीं दिखे नहीं रहा, क्यों, क्या हुआ?
देखिए, जन सुराज को तो मैं शुरू से कह रहा था कि जन सुराज ये क्या है, मूलतः ये लोग ये पैसे के लिए काम करते थे, दूसरों से पैसे मिलता था, जिसका पैसा मिला उसके पक्ष में प्रचार बना देना, ये उनका। पर जब किसी ने देना बंद कर दिया तो वो सोचे हम जनता से ही पैसा ऐंठेंगे। लच्छेदार बात करना तो उनसे ज्यादा किसी को आता नहीं, क्योंकि यही विद्या उनको आती है। आज मैं तो ढूंढ उसकी जन सुराज के नेता जो प्रशांत किशोर की बात में कितना दम्भ है, कितने पत्रकारों का उन्होंने अनादर किया, कितने लोगों का अनादर किया, कितने लोगों के पैसे बर्बाद करा दिए, और सिर्फ इसलिए कि कोई उनसे अब प्रचार की स्ट्रेटजी नहीं बनवाता है। आज उनको तो मैं चाहता हूं कि आप लोग जरूर लें, और कितना कूद कूद के बोल रहे थे कि 25 से सीट ज्यादा आएगी तो मैं राजनीति छोड़ दूंगा। हालांकि तुम राजनीति में हो ही नहीं तो तुम छोड़ोगे क्या? तो राजनीति में जो होता है वो छोड़ता है। मगर प्रशांत किशोर से बड़ा निगेटिव आदमी, और सिर्फ मतलब उनको हम इस बिहार के इस चुनाव में
जी
जो विकास का विरोध करने आ जाता हो, मेरा मन उसके लिए बहुत खराब हो जाता है। मैं कुछ बोलना
ठीक है।
नहीं चाहता,
आज अच्छा दिन है एनडीए के लिए, भाजपा के लिए। बहुत बढ़िया अप्रत्याशित निर्णय आया है, तो खुशी खुशी हंसते हुए हम आपसे इस वक्त विदा लेते हैं। जीत का सेहरा बंधेगा, चुनाव औपचारिक तौर से घोषित होगा, फिर आपके साथ बैठेंगे, बतियाएंगे और थोड़ा आपको फिर से गवाएंगे। ऑलवेज अ प्लेजर टू स्पीक विद यू मनोज जी। थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू सो मच। Namaste.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Namaste. Let's try and understand the halfway card, the halfway mark, and then we'll come back to who are these others. I had Sandeep Shastri. I just saw him saying, who are these others? Who are those 5 people who've got their seats and got their leads? We'll put that out too. Congress number that is less than the others and the left. That's what the case. Okay, but this is the halfway cart and it's going to race past that halfway number. The litti choka stall. Next time आपको खिलाएंगे भी. इस बार तो आपको बस दिखा रहे हैं. 196 leads and wins. That's the story for the NDA. What a victory! What a victory for the Pandavs, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar, and then the other 3 who have come back and become part of this alliance, and all of them pulling their weight. That is significant. Way past the halfway mark, doing phenomenally well. Let's try and understand also, as we look at the leaderboard, viewers, the NDA is inching towards 200. The INDIA is at 42. In fact, there are many who believe that the number will slip down further for the INDIA. It will go up to close to 200 for the NDA. It is unprecedented, unexpected. Not a single pollster thought that this number was possible. Nobody went beyond the 165 number. This has exceeded that by a good 35 seats. And that is unprecedented. Look at the RJD slipping down to 32. What is it that people did not read on ground? That is something which is important. Sujata ji.
I think credibility, Anand. Because, this election, if one word that sums it up, is about credibility, Anand. Because, this election, if one word that sums it up, is about credibility. Because every party, whether it's RJD, whether it's Jan Suraj, or whether it's JDU and BJP combined NDA, had promised something to first for their voter bank, either for Yuva or for Mahila or for their Jati, the caste arithmetics. But it is the people who saw, can you deliver? Would you deliver? I look at your past history as well. I think credibility is where everything stopped. Tejashwi Yadav promised jobs for sarkari naukri. That Bihar, like people will die and have queue up for a sarkari naukri, even for a clerk, even for the section D. Those the railway, the lower level jobs. Here he's saying every house will get a job. Why do you think people did not buy it? It's because they know, one, maths is favorite subject, so they could calculate. So this is not arithmetically possibly, but also with the intention, so Anand, so they knew that ki ye nahi hoga, because they have seen that it is the same party which has put Bihar into the indexes that we see today, Anand, that Bihar is Niti Aayog mein itna niche hai, multi-level poverty index pe hai. Kyun hai? The question is क्यों है? It's because of that jungle raj. And I can tell you, I come from Bihar. I don't live there. I'm part of that migrant crowd. But I can tell you that people who have lived in Bihar have not let go. Lalu Prasad may not be right in front of the election. Tejashwi Yadav tried his best to keep him at bay. But people know jungle raj is not happening. And that is one of the reasons why Jan Suraj did not get anything. Because wherever there were three choices between Jan Suraj, NDA and RJD, people thought, अगर Jan Suraj को वोट दे दिया तो इसका वोट कटेगा, इसीलिए वापस NDA को वोट करो. Even if there was little people who were disappointed with the NDA. Jan Suraj missed one more point, that they missed the 50% demography of women. There was nothing for women in their manifesto. Nothing. He, in fact, in one of the interviews, he rejected it also. In the first phase election, he said, महिला फैक्टर ही नहीं है, प्रवासी मजदूर फैक्टर है. महिला ने बोला तो वोट क्यों देंगे? यहाँ पे एक व्यक्ति है जिसने जनरेशनल पॉलिटिक्स की है मेरे साथ, हाथ पकड़े रखा, मुझे साइकिल दी, पोशाक दी, स्कॉलरशिप दी, उसके बाद मुझे
दारूबंदी कर दी, शराबबंदी कर दी,
शराबबंदी किया, एवरीथिंग. सो इट्स अ जनरेशनल, इट्स नॉट अ नी जर्क freebie politics announced right when the elections are happening. No, he realized that the girl needed to go to school and they were facing difficulties because there were a lot of people who would, Eve tease them and things like that. The school was far off, so they cycle. And he was 10,000. I see a lot of analysts saying 10,000 de ke vote kharid liya. Nahi, 10,000 de ke, you don't understand Bihar. That is why I say Bihar is not for beginners. 10,000 दे के आपने उस महिला को, उसको जो NBFC वाला जो उसको हर दिन दरवाजे पे आता था कि आपने लोन लिया है वापस करो, चुकाओ, उसके पास नहीं थे 700 रुपये 800 रुपये, उसने वो लोन चुकाया, उसने मुर्गी खरीदी, बकरी खरीदी, गाय खरीदा, जो खरीदा, अपना एक सेट किया. पति बाहर में है, उसको नौकरी मिली नहीं है, that is one side. The woman is struggling here for everyday life. So 10,000 solved her problem of livelihood, food, education for her children and her own self-dignity. Because as women we would know that law and order is the first thing. Anything goes wrong with the law and order, we are the first victims. So this is why I can tell you, Anand, if Nitish Kumar wouldn't have done this 10,000, he would have still win. This has happened. Lot of interviews it came. I'm sure. A lot of people said कि हमको नहीं मिला है, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, हम तो नीतीश को देंगे, हम तो कामले को लगाएंगे.
Okay, just quickly this update, viewers, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be at the party headquarters at 7 p.m. So Amit Malviya hinting at striking a balance between also not forgetting what happened in Delhi on Monday, but also celebrating what is historic, a momentous event in Bihar because of the mandate. This mandate cannot go, not ignored or cannot go uncelebrated. So they will celebrate, but I think the Prime Minister is going to be a little circumspect. He's going to remember and remind people that the task has only started. Now, the next 5 years, what's done in Bihar is going to be important. Will Nitish Babu also be there? That's the big question. The BJP, the single largest party, returning numbers which were again not expected of the BJP despite its fighting. 14 seats less than the last time, 115 seats the last time for the BJP and the JDU, both of them reducing their number of seats being given to the LJP, returning a fantastic strike rate, the JDU returning a fantastic strike rate, and the BJP 88% strike rate. That's a phenomenal number that they have returned. Now, let's talk this from a national point of view and what this does for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the alliance itself. Now, does this seal this alliance, Nitish, Chandrababu Naidu, firmly in the NDA pala? Because we see what's happening with Andhra, the amount of money that's been directed, projects that are being directed. Now, Bihar ko Viksit Bihar. Is that now possible? Because Nitish Kumar also finds himself politically secure. Ji, Swapan ji.
Just 10 seconds. I said probably we can now say, that 2024 general election was an exception. If you see, the Modi magic continues.
Ma'am, it's not the Modi magic. It's a simple underlining.
Delivery.
एक है तो safe है. बटेंगे तो कटेंगे. This is alliance mantra also. Alliance mantra.
I think two things need to be noted. One is, if the main party which is driving the alliance is firm on a winning streak, the other coalition partners are naturally gravitate towards it. And this is what is going to happen in Maharashtra, this is what is going to happen in Andhra Pradesh, and this is what is going to happen in Bihar. That's number one. Number two, I want you to do is to contrast what Tariq Anwar, a very veteran leader of certain sobriety, had to say, analyzing the defeat, and contrast this with what Pawan Khera or someone else had to say. And I think you'll really get the story of the contradictory polls which are really dragging the Congress down. And it's a miracle that with this sort of a leadership, the Congress is still a factor in national politics. And I don't think
but Swapanji, the BJP wants this sort of a leadership in the Congress because they feel it helps the BJP.
Obviously, I mean, that would be the thing. But I'm looking at it from the Congress's point of view.
Absolutely.
That really, that when it's down to 5 seats in Bihar or 4 maybe, and the CPI ML overtakes it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really
the three left party. Sandeep ji, sorry, going across to Payal to get this confirmation. 7 p.m. the Prime Minister is expected at the BJP headquarters, Payal. So, but it will be a balance. They'll try and strike a balance, not go overboard with the celebrations, but still celebrate a historic victory.
These celebrations have just about begun at the BJP headquarters. You saw the visuals of the party spokesperson, in fact, holding those celebrations. Later in the evening, the celebrations will continue with the Prime Minister coming in, but it's going to be very low-key. It's been very clearly indicated. Like we reported in the morning to the party workers, do not bring any crackers, do not burst crackers. You cannot be seen, rubbing, salt on the wounds of those people who had actually lost their lives in the Delhi blast as well. But it's a big, big victory nonetheless. So the Prime Minister's message, the take-home message will be extremely crucial. He'll obviously speak about Viksit Bharat, the developed Bharat. He'll also say that there were many naysayers, who really thought that this alliance won't test its strength. But that the numbers have actually proved everybody wrong. First time around in Bihar, that all the 5 alliances are contesting together, and the numbers are just a proof enough of what you can do. So everybody that you ask in the BJP, Anand will tell you one thing. It is, of course, Nitish Kumar's name, his unblemished record as a leader, as a chief minister, and of course the election management skills of the BJP.
Let me just quickly ask you, Payal, will they quickly want to settle the swearing in, who the CM is? There is no doubt, but will there be something in it for Chirag Paswan? Because the LJP has returned a healthy, handsome number. They've turned up very, very well. 29 seats. Many thought that will he actually pull his weight, and he's got about 22 seats where they are leading and also perhaps winning. So what's going to happen in terms of the combination?
Anand, there's no doubt whatsoever that Chirag Paswan has about 6 to 7 votes that are strongly with him no matter what happens. They stay with him. But combined with the BJP and the other votes, they've been able to get that number. Having said that, we do not really know at this point in time whether Chirag Paswan wants to go back to the state at all, because earlier in the year, he had said that he wanted to, in fact, pursue politics for the state as well. His supporters really said that they want to see him there as a center. But whether he decides to bite the bullet remains to be seen. Because one BJP leader essentially had advised Chirag Paswan that there is nothing called as deputy CM in a state. It's just the CM who's the boss. So he had cautioned Chirag Paswan not to bite that bullet and not to go that way. He's doing really well as a central minister.
But it is important for Chirag Paswan to show he's serious about Bihar if he's looking at the long term. Eventually, he has said that he will follow the Prime Minister's instructions. So what Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, what Amit Bhai says, I think that will also be a huge factor in terms of what Chirag Paswan does. But it's a phenomenal performance. Payal, thank you for your inputs. Going across to Ashok Chaudhary. Ashok Chaudhary ji, namaste. आपको बहुत-बहुत बधाई. मैं आनंद नरसिम्हन बोल रहा हूँ.
नमस्ते.
जेडीयू का इतना फिनोमिनल परफॉर्मेंस, क्या स्ट्राइक रेट है, और ओवरऑल पांडव तो 5 है लेकिन बहुत बढ़िया, एकदम 200 के पार होने की संभावना है. हाउ डू यू सी दिस? वर यू एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस?
No, I told the media before first phase of election, that if we are going to cross 170, where we are going to stop, nobody knows. So that exactly is happening. And we were expecting that we are going to do much, much better this time. Because that Modi and Nitish combo is very lethal.
What does this mean for the JDU? Let's understand. At 2020, there were a lot of conversations about the JDU's future. Is Nitish Babu fit enough? There was a lot of talk even in this campaign around the time कि Nitish Babu थक गए हैं, हार गए हैं, विपक्ष बहुत कुछ बोला. But what does this do for the JDU, this mandate?
No, this mandate shows that still that विनम्रता, शालीनता और जो विकास है नीतीश कुमार जी का, बिकॉज ये बिहार जो है, ये दिस इज द स्टेट ऑफ बुद्धा, महावीर, गुरु गोविंद सिंह. सो ये उदंडता का और एग्रेसिव पॉलिटिक्स का नहीं है ये बिहार. ये तो 20 साल में नीतीश कुमार ने ये काम करने के तरीके और अपनी काम करने की शैली से लोगों के दिलों में ये नीतीश कुमार राज करते हैं. ये तो किसी कोई भी आदमी जो नीतीश कुमार को समझता है, नीतीश कुमार को अंडरस्टैंड करता है, नीतीश कुमार को जो लोग राइट ऑफ करना चाहते थे वो लोग रियलाइज करते हैं कि नीतीश कुमार को आप राइट ऑफ नहीं कर सकते हैं.
But also for the JDU in terms of leadership, does this settle the party? The party seem to be in disarray. And is Nitish Kumar ji going to be the chief minister without any doubts? What happens next?
No. Without there is there is no vacancy for chief ministership. Nitish ji is going to be the chief minister. There is no doubt about it.
For you, what was the biggest factor? Is Mahila the biggest factor for this success? The Mahila vote?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. First of all, the way Bihar has developed in last 20 years, the Bihar worked in last 20 years. What Nitish Kumar has inherited into when he has come into the power in 2005 was 118 massacre, that caste right, religion right.
Right.
And 46% people were below poverty line. And 700 megawatt per day consumption of electricity in Bihar. From there, Nitish ji has started, and now it is 8,800 megawatt electricity consumption per day in Bihar. So the way he has done the work, people have realized, okay, he is the man who is going to take us into, because now the time right now, the time is that we are on a crossroad. If we are going to cross this, then the Bihar is ahead, much ahead.
Right.
So the people has believed in Nitish Kumar and voted, and just because of after we joined BJP, Modi ji has also realized that the Bihar is a big state and a huge population. If we are going to support Bihar, then the Bihar can perform well in the GDP of country and as a per capita income of the country. So he has also helped. So this combo has worked out very well.
Right. Tejashwi was also being projected as a more popular candidate for CM than Nitish Babu. There was also it also said that a bulk of the votes, about 40% of the votes, are the youth, and he was very popular. He was more popular than Nitish Kumar among the youth. But the result point otherwise. Your thoughts?
No. These all are this is not a ground reality. Ground reality is that everybody wants Nitish ji to become the chief minister, and Nitish ji was the face of Bihar for this election. So,
he's trailing in Raghopur.
Social media, what social media
Tejashwi is trailing in Raghopur right now.
So you can understand what kinds of credibility he is having. Tejashwi ji has also said that he has come with the Mai Bahan Yojana, he has come with the job, he has come with the Mahila Yojana, but nobody has accepted or nobody has really believed in Tejashwi Yadav's schemes, because the credibility, the public credibility is not there.
Right. Ashok Chaudhary ji, congratulations on a phenomenal victory. Thank you very much. As the dust settles, let's just quickly get a sense of the... Thank you. Namaste, sir. We've got Tuin Sinha also joining us. Tuin, namaste. Erstwhile Bihari, now Jharkhandi. That's how it is. But it's a phenomenal victory. I just want to...
बड़का जीत बा
बहुत बड़का जीत बा
बड़का जीत बा
पर ये कैसे हुआ ये तो बताइए, बुझाइए.
रवा के बधाई बा और पूरे राज्य को बधाई. But you know, Anand, I have been predicting this for a long time, because pro-incumbency is a reality which a section of the media and a section of the opposition refuses to accept. Number one. Number two, you know, there is a silent anger which has been brewing against the negative politics of RJD and Congress party. You know, every time, this time, obviously, they started their Rona Dhona 3 months before the election. This is not what the youth of Bihar wants. They don't want cribbers. They don't want people who are escapists. So the youth of Bihar very clearly aligns with the development policy, the development vision of Prime Minister Modi. Our my factor, which is Mahila and Yuva, has prevailed over their cliched and outdated my factor. This was a reality which, you know, everybody who was there on the ground knew. There was a certain boredom during these elections, and that boredom was that the other side was just not exciting enough. People had made up their minds in the last few months, and that is why Rahul Gandhi disappeared. Post-September, he attended barely 2 or 3 rallies. He was there only for 2 or 3 days. So even they knew about it.
Did it? Because, there was a little bit, his tone was a little off, Tejashwi Yadav, this morning. The whole talk about don't try and, trying to mobilize cadre, 20,000 people, etc. These are all things which point to a direction where people feel that, oh, things are not all right. Is everything okay? Just quickly looking at some of the key race alerts, viewers, please stay on with us, and also our studio guests, just asking them to weigh in on some of these key race alerts, even as we put out some of the factors on what has driven the NDA landslide. We'll come to this also in a bit, but just quickly getting a sense of who are the key candidates and how well or how badly are they doing. Let's quickly have a look, if we can have that, and I'll read off the screen itself on our screens. Samrat Chaudhary, the sitting Deputy Chief Minister, he's on the lead. But both Tej Pratap and Tejashwi are trailing from Raghopur. There are celebrations happening, Rangoli is being drawn, nothing was done premature, everything is happening even as the results are settling in. Multiple rounds of counting, it's only inching towards in favor of 3 or 4 seats up and down. It's oscillating between 194 seats to 200 seats. Can we have the key race alerts, please, here on the screen itself? All right. Okay. We'll try and come to that. But Tejashwi Yadav to trail from Raghopur, that should be a huge surprise. Did anybody see that this was not a anti-incumbency sentiment, but an anti-opposition sentiment, massive pro-incumbency sentiment, Rashid Kidwai? ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा 6 हो गया.
Yes, I am reminded of a share of Diwakar Rahi. Says, अब इतनी भी मैसर नहीं मैं खाने में जितनी छोड़ दिया करते थे हम पैमाने में. So it's a very actually sad reflection of the kind of campaign that the opposition led. And also on a more serious note, as a Democrat, Anand, we must look at this also. This is not a very healthy phenomena, though at this hour of triumph we should not try to belittle the kind of achievement that NDA has achieved. But this 80-90% success rate, strike rate in a democratic polity is not something that is very healthy, or is going to create in a time to come. It will create a lot of problems.
So in a response, it's not healthy.
Yes.
आप कैसे 90% strike rate? How can you have? How can JDU have 70-80%
I'm not
strike
denying
rate?
that.
It's not good.
It is.
Rashid is saying voters doing a mistake.
It is.
No, I'm not saying voters. Please don't words in my mouth.
It is extremely. Anand, I completely agree. It is extremely unhealthy for the opposition. The opposition is on ICU. But let me point out something. Something more serious over here. Something and I think that should be, instead of getting drawn into opposition cribs and opposition cries. This time there was a direct correlation. You can also verify that data. I have just come across some data. There was a direct correlation between Prime Minister Modi's rallies and the increase in turnout in those districts. Let me give you some figures. Samastipur had a Prime Minister Modi rally. The voting percentage went up to 71.74%. Begusarai 69.87%. Muzaffarpur 71.81%. Chhapra 64%. Katihar 79.10%. So after 20 years of NDA rule in Bihar and 11 years at the center, if people of Bihar are still aligned, are still aligned with our development vision, that shows that they are habituated to a certain governance style which the other side cannot offer. And I am very surprised, Rashid bhai, I know Rashid for a long time. He should not make these statements that this is unhealthy. Of course it is unhealthy for RJD, it is unhealthy for Congress party, because they are in ICU now, and if they don't change their ways, they will perish.
No, but
it's a wake-up call for them. But for the people of Bihar, there could not be anything better than these results.
Let's separate the party hat out and the political hat out, but and also accept that yes, Congress and the RJD were pulling the cards separate ways. But Tejashwi was seen as a popular leader, Rashid Kidwai. Where was the mistake? What happened with Tejashwi? Why is he trailing from Raghopur?
Yes. And I think you have raised a very valid point. Electoral politics, alliance politics in India has a dominant, player, and there are other players. Like you look at Kerala, there is a,
now
NDF,
he's come back into the lead. He's come back into the lead in Raghupur. So the next round of counting the ballot boxes opening, is back in the lead.
Constantly, the India alliance has this problem of they fancy themselves as co-equals. So all of them, you look at, there is no dominant partner. So therefore, there is always a lot of pressure. So every time Rahul Gandhi is, so to say, popularity rating going up, Tejashwi has a problem, Tejashwi has popularity rating going up, Rahul Gandhi has a problem, Lalu Yadav had to call up Sonia Gandhi to say, Tejashwi should be positioned, it is his election. So I am saying all was not well much before
Sir,
this election.
Sir, ये डंडा लेके लालटे लेके नहीं खड़े सर, देखिए हाथ जोड़ के खड़े. Look at the bhav. Look at the bhav of Nitish Kumar in that poster, the new one. Bihar वासियों का प्यार Nitish Kumar. So that there is a difference in how you approach. So and I think that's been underlined multiple times. Sujata Pandey, you're saying something.
Twitter, they've just put Bihar jeet raha hai. They never claimed that, look, I have, Nitish Kumar ko itna bola gaya, Nitish Kumar itna popular leader hai. But the point that we're trying to make is that Rashid ji was saying that it's bad for democracy for people like Tejashwi Yadav trailing or Tej Pratap Yadav.
I didn't say that.
I mean, the essence of it was like that the opposition should be strong. But my thing is, like, it's good for democracy because, it shows that you cannot take your constituency, whether if it is like, even if it is a hereditary legacy constituency, you can't take it for granted. Because I was seeing the reports, Tejashwi Yadav did rallies everywhere, but the least was done in the Raghupur. Also, the person who was managing his electoral campaign in Raghupur, he was not a people's friendly person. For RJD people itself, the Karyakartas of RJD were not very happy. There were several reports. In fact, that clip went viral when Rabdi Devi went to Raghupur. People were confronting कि हमको क्या दूसरे के भरोसे छोड़ दिया है, हमको ऐसे लेके रखे, कभी मिलने नहीं आते हो, हमारा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं करते हो. So it's good for democracy, Anand. I think democracy, as India, where the opposition said democracy is dead, I think democracy is thriving now. People are saying, I will not vote on only Jati, I will look at what you have delivered. Issue also, that in Jati also people are saying कि कौन सा नेता मेरा problem solve करेगा. So I think democracy is thriving and democracy is not dead. Bihar is giving a message to every party. It's the message to NDA for delivery, for Congress saying that long narratives do not work. You have to come on the ground to see what is happening on the ground.
Right.
So something where the media takes not necessarily are the issues of the public, and RJD that first build credibility. You can promise moon and stars, but people should know that people should believe you. People here did not believe him. That's the thing.
Sandeep Shastri.
2 points, Anand.
Right.
One, is it a vote against the opposition? I think it's more significantly a overwhelming vote for the ruling party.
Yeah.
And in the process, there is this collateral damage that the opposition has to suffer.
Right.
But more importantly, I think this was a contest between a well-oiled coalition versus a disjointed coalition. And you are seeing the result of that. When a well-oiled coalition, all its partners work together, you see what happens. On the other hand, a disjointed coalition where each pulls in a different direction, you're seeing it in the screen in the results.
Let's go to the live result hub after we get you a quick update on some of the key race alerts. The VVIP seats, where are the big margins, which are the narrow ones? Akanksha will tell us in a bit, but quickly just telling you, Vijay Sinha, the Deputy Chief Minister incumbent, is leading from Lakhisarai. That's the first key race alert, viewers. Let's look at the next one. Tejashwi Yadav is back in the lead. So in Raghupur, after trailing for such a long time, he is now leading. Tejashwi is leading. But what about some of the other candidates? Let's look at Tarikishore Prasad at Kathiar. He is of the BJP. He is leading at this point. He is, and we believe that the lead is quite comfortable. Tej Pratap Yadav continues to trail. In fact, he is fourth. Rakesh Ranjan of the RJD was leading from this seat in Mahua some time back. We'll get a check from Akanksha, who's in the lead. Samrat Chaudhary at Tarapur, he is leading. So BJP, again, Deputy Chief Minister, comfortable at this point. Ramkirpal Yadav, Danapur of the BJP, again, he's been leading right through. Somewhere we believe that he should have that seat in his bag. Osama, Shahabuddin's son, Osama, he is leading from Raghunathpur at this point. So he continues to lead despite the Shahabuddin question mark. Maithili Thakur from Alinagar continues to lead. also expected. Mahila and Yuva, both combined together, 25-year-old, first time into politics, and she may just end up being an MLA. Mangal Pandey is also leading from Siwan. Mangal Pandey of the BJP also leading from Siwan. Let's go across to Akanksha. Akanksha, updates. Are there any tight fights, seats that we must watch out for, the VVIPs? What's the update?
Absolutely. Raghupur being one over there, as far as Tejashwi Yadav and Nitish Kumar of the BJP are concerned, it's a neck and neck, basically just beating each other by 500 votes or so. And to quickly also speak about the Naxal affected areas, this is a point we must touch upon. You're looking at Aurangabad. Remember, this is one district which was flagged off by the MHA as a district of concern. This is where BJP has led. Munger BJP leading, Gaya LJP leading, Lakhisarai BJP leading, West Champaran, which has 9 constituencies. 8 out of these 9 constituencies are with the NDA. So that also goes on to talk about Sushasan. When you talk about security, let's also quickly talk about the SC/ST seats. Ramnagar with BJP, Mohania BJP, Daroli LJP, Rajoli LJP, Rajnagar BJP, Triveniganj JDU, Harsidi BJP. So these are just a few of the majority of the 38 SC seats. Goes on to say that the alliance overall, Anand, if you talk about the NDA, yes, the heavy lifting has been done by the JDU and the BJP, but LJP has gone into the interiors. They've won these SC votes. ST seats, only 2 of them going with Congress and RJD, Manihari and Katoria. But some very interesting observations coming over there. At the same time, you were talking about the Kishanganj seat, in fact, seems to be a lead now by the BJP in Simanchal. JDU's Anant Kumar Singh, who is in the jail right now, is winning Mokama. So that again is another surprise.
So Mokama goes, तो जेल से बाहर आएगा, शेर लौट के आएगा. That's what that was the kind of posters that were put. Amitabh Tiwari is with us. Amitabh Babu, none of the pollsters predicted this.
गृह मंत्री ने भी 160 ही कहा था. हाँ भाई, जब वोट पड़ता है ना तो पड़ता ही है. We've seen this in Maharashtra. 165 to 180 was the expectation, even internal surveys as per our sutra. Correct. But 234. Correct. See, women have voted in large numbers. Muslim community has voted in large numbers for JDU. For JDU. Because they want JDU to stay relevant. They don't want Bihar to become UP and the incurrence of a bulldozer Raj in Bihar. So silent Muslim Yadav women who have received the 10,000 rupees, they have also voted. And of course, it is like a love you Nitish or a thank you Nitish.
Right, going straight across to Nityanand Rai ji. Nityanand Rai ji, namaste. बधाई आपको, congratulations.
सबसे पहले तो मैं बिहार की जनता, सभी भाइयों बहनों और मतदाताओं का हृदय से आभार, जिन्होंने जंगल राज पर भरोसा नहीं जताया, जंगल राज से बिहार को दूर रखने के लिए मतदान किए, और बिहार के विकास पर जिन्होंने मतदान किया, और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के उस सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास के महामंत्र को बिहार के लोगों ने अपनाया.
नीतीश बाबू को भी काफी समर्थन मिला है, बिहार की महिलाओं ने भी बढ़ चढ़ के वोट दिया है. नित्यानंद राय जी,
बिल्कुल, बिहार में हमारी माताएं बहनें बढ़ चढ़ कर वोट की है, मतदान की है, और यह साबित हुआ है कि बिहार की हमारी बहनें बहुत आगे बढ़ चढ़कर मतदान में भाग लेकर एनडीए को प्रचंड बहुमत दिलाने में बहुत सहयोग की है. उनको हृदय से आभार.
160 का लक्ष्य था.
प्रधानमंत्री जी के अन्य 3 स्तंभ, एक तो महिला है ही, गरीब, युवा और किसान, सभी उनके विकसित भारत के स्तंभों ने सब मिलकर प्रचंड बहुमत एनडीए को दिलाई है. भरोसा हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, जो गरीबों के मसीहा है, विकास के भगीरथ है, दुनिया के सबसे लोकप्रिय नेता है, और जो भारत के कर्मयोगी प्रधानमंत्री है, उन पर भरोसा, एनडीए के सभी साथियों पर भरोसा बिहार की जनता दिखाई.
160 का अनुमान था, लक्ष्य था. नित्यानंद राय जी, अंतिम प्रश्न, 200 टच करने वाले हैं, ये तो अप्रत्याशित है. नित्यानंद राय जी, एक अंतिम प्रश्न
थोड़ा सा
नहीं, अंतिम प्रश्न आपसे। 160 का लक्ष्य था एनडीए का, 200 टच करने वाले हैं। इसके लिए आप बिहार वासियों के लिए क्या वादे करेंगे?
हाँ, बिहार वासियों के साथ जो भी वादा एनडीए की है, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी किए हैं, सब वादा हम सब मिलकर पूरा करेंगे पांडव दल। और 160 माननीय गृह मंत्री जी ने कहा था कि कम से कम 160 एनडीए जीतेगी। 160 ही जीतेगी ऐसा नहीं, 160 कम से कम जीतेगी और उस आंकड़ा को पार कीजिए।
नित्यानंद राय जी, धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए। थैंक यू फॉर स्पीकिंग विद अस। देयर इज गोइंग टू बी अ सेलिब्रेशन इन द बीजेपी हेडक्वार्टर्स एट 7 PM. It has been very clearly said that it was not expected within the BJP also. Let's bring it back. Yes, Priyam Kanti Bodhi.
So now it's been 3 elections after Lok Sabha 2024,
right,
and it's enough to now say that there is a pattern, and these are clear sweeps in favor of NDA. So after you look at this pattern, you realize that there almost seems to be some kind of regret in the way the electorate voted in 2024. I feel like this clean sweep in all the 3 states in the after 2024 show that the people want to give clear mandates to the NDA-led governments, and I think they are not taking chances anymore, which would lead them to this kind of, you know, instability and you know, I think this is what the electorate, this is how the electorate is responding, and the opposition unfortunately is misconstruing it as an issue with the EC.
No, but should it be about Lok Sabha 2024, or is it about trying to see what fits me best? Who is going to deliver what I want? Who can I trust more? Amitabh Tiwari and then Sujata Pandey. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, when people are going out to vote, the track record of development of the incumbent government, that's the foremost in their minds. And of course, when there are promises being made both by the opposition and the government, the trust factor and the credibility of the person who is making those promises comes into the being. For an incumbent government, delivery is more important than promise. So it shows that the people of Bihar have clearly given a thumbs up for the 20-year track record of Nitish Kumar, be it as 3 years with the Mahagathbandhan and 17 years with NDA. And it's also a send-off farewell gift, a love you Nitish kind of a gift.
Is it a send-off in the first place? Another poster. Have a look at this. Now, again, this is the folded hands Nitish Kumar, Vinamra Nitish Kumar, clean Nitish Kumar, incorruptible Nitish Kumar, bharosemand Nitish Kumar, saying जीता है महिलाओं का विश्वास, जीता है बिहार. So, openly acknowledging, admitting the trust of the Mahila in Bihar towards the JDU and the NDA. Sujata Pandey, one aspect, because the BJP allied with the JDU and the Mahila trusts Nitish Kumar, was it a positive rub-off everywhere? Did it help the fact that this time around there is not a Modi-Nitish clash? There is not an effort internally by the BJP to weaken the JDU a little. This was witnessed in 2020. It did happen. Yeah.
It did. And that is why you see such a phenomenal result which nobody predicted.
Right.
So I do see this as a result of the generational politics, as I call, of Nitish Kumar. The women of Bihar know that what was the condition of women in Jungle Raj.
Right.
What Nitish got. See, it's very important, just a few minutes and I will explain. You know, when Jharkhand got separated from Bihar, you know, there were 87% resources went to Jharkhand. Bihar was left only 13%, only 3 factories, that too only in Barauni. Nitish Kumar was given an empty plate. You know, when he took it over, people have seen how, okay, it doesn't look like, if you compare to Bombay or Delhi, the development doesn't look like much, but development has happened. That has happened for women as well, because the law and order got established. You know, that was a major concern. And here, of course, Modi has also the kind of effect that Nitish has. You know, Mahila voter is a very much loyal voter of Modi, nationwide. So when it comes to, you know, the state, the nation effect got, you know, mixed with the state, and that is why you see such a phenomenal over the, you know, nobody expected kind of majority.
It's like an
even in Muslim area, Anand, I have serious thing that I would want to know after the results come in, that has the Muslim women too voted for JDU?
Yes, that's what Amitabh Tiwari
not just to keep JDU as a balancing power in Bihar, but also because the EBC, a lot of us know EBC as a backward class of Hindus. No. EBC also has Muslims, which Nitish only included.
Correct.
So those women also got money, and they are the
did
most
they rise
backward
above
kind
caste,
of
and
Muslim
did they say, I cannot be seen voting for the BJP, but if I have JDU, and did the JDU and the alliance, NDA alliance, also place JDU candidates in those seats where this factor would have come into play? Well, that's all post factor altogether.
That is why Simanchal, you see. Simanchal.
Just let's look at year-wise over the years. Now, this is 2025 as of now, the Leeds viewers. Now, have a look. What we've done is we've just plotted these seats from the 2020 election where the Mahila voted 10% more than the male. So, for every 10 men, there were 11 women who have voted. Let's look at the current number. The current number, the NDA, the Mahilas voted out of 124 seats. There are nearly more than half the number of seats which were in play. But look at this. The INDI has pulled only 14 seats. Now let's go back into the years. In 2015, last 10 years, the 2015 Assembly, what was the spread? It was a 50-50 spread at that time on these seats. So the Mahagathbandhan RJD was still getting the Mahila vote at that time in 2015. Then, if I look into the next year, what happens after? Let's look at the 2019 Lok Sabha projections. Did things change in the 2019 Lok Sabha projections? Yes. It started swinging away from the opposition into Narendra Modi in the 2019 Lok Sabha election. After that, if I were to come back at the 2020 Assembly elections, what happened? 76 and 42. So the confidence in Nitish Babu, and despite the fact that there was a tussle which was happening, it was, and in 2015 there was a scenario where Nitish had moved away. Nitish was with RJD, so that number there and now here. And now, if I were to look at the 2024 Lok Sabha projections, what happened in 2024? It is 82 and 22. So again, the shift was only going back firmly to the NDA, and in Lok Sabha elections, Nitish was back in the NDA fold. And now today's, the latest one, if you were to look at it, look at how they have consolidated on the Mahila factor, especially in these seats. Yeah,
absolutely.
See, that's what they've done. So has this escaped the Jansuraj Party, Congress and the RJD, that this is an important factor because they are about 50% of the votes, 50% of the electorate.
50% of the electorate, and the 10,000 rupees was transferred to 1.5 crore women. So 40% of women voting population. 1.5 crore women mean 4.5 crore voters because 3 voters per family. That is 60% of the total vote base of Bihar. So the impact is significant, huge, 60%. In a state where 65% of the households earn less than 10,000 rupees. So it's a massive scale. That amount is very big. But as Sujata ji mentioned, it is a series of steps. It's not that it's a one-off, out of the blue step which he has taken. Improved law and order, cycle distribution, improvement in gross enrollment ratio, reservation in panchayat, in police force, prohibition, Jivika Didis, and now this. So he has created an ecosystem for women, rural women in Bihar who are less educated.
How much will free bijli, har ghar nal, how much will that make an impact in terms of social indices? The fact that infant mortality has come down, basic chikitsa levels have improved post-COVID. Will that also make a difference?
Of course, because a woman is there.
250 to 500 rupees, almost all households are saving because of this 125 unit free electricity.
Also,
but Anand, I think this what Amitabh is talking about, this is a fortress, this is a kind of shield that Mr. Nitish Kumar had to offset any kind of anti-incumbency. But the mandate I'm seeing on screen, this is touching 200. It cannot be this kind of thing just because this cash and delivery method. Cash and delivery method, if it was working, then Jagan Mohan would have never lost.
Correct.
So point I'm saying is, elections in India is a very complex phenomenon. Let me complete. And it is a number of things. So that is where I'm saying this is also first elections after Operation Sindoor, after the India's tussle with Donald Trump over the tariffs.
Right.
So perhaps there is Narendra Modi is a big contributing factor, and I look at the strike rate of the BJP around 90% or so. That explains perhaps, I mean, much to the discomfort of the opposition, that there is a greater, trust level, and people think that the given circumstances, geopolitical, local, state, national, this is the BJP and NDA that matters.
No, sir, please tell me now. In this, I've just plotted the INDIA Gathbandhan. Have a look at the wall. On the wall, look where the Congress is plotting. 4 seats, कोने में 4 seats out of 61, sir. तो ये क्या हम तो डूबेंगे सनम, तुम्हें भी ले डूबेंगे? Is this what they've done to the RJD?
But here, sorry, please.
No, you go on. I think this narrative would have been very significant had, Tejashwi himself had done, slightly better. This is very bad. And I keep repeating that Urdu share. You see, this is a complete collapse of the opposition. The voter has not looked with opposition with great deal of interest. Am I right, Amitabh?
So now the captain has underperformed also. The captain has significantly underperformed. You see the scale of victory. BJP's tally is more than twice of Mahagathbandhan. JDU's tally is twice of Mahagathbandhan. You see the scale of victory. Just one player has defeated the entire team of Mahagathbandhan. Just one.
So what is the factor? Is this because when Tejashwi was deputy CM for those 1.5 years, the people of Bihar saw absolute mismanagement? No, did they feel that entire land for job scheme, did it actually stick? No. Or did they say, I cannot trust this guy because he is lalwa ka beta hai? Is that the thing?
See, it's largely about the fear factor amongst the core vote bloc of the NDA. The return of the alleged Jungle Raj, that works still in the core vote bank. Then you have the Mahila vote bank. And then you have the inability of the Mahagathbandhan to expand base beyond the MY coalition.
Right. Now, tell me one thing. 5-6% only vote, but they are the unbreakable glue. That's what the LJP arm is. This kind of a Gathbandhan of some of the EBCs, Paswans, and all of them coming together, the Manjis. These are all small caste groupings. Did they play a critical role in trying to weaken the RJD, along with actually winning seats? 22 out of 29 seats.
See, in 2020, the LJP had damaged NDA in 40 seats.
Correct.
So, what we see as a very close election was actually not a close election. If the LJP was part of NDA, they would have won 165.
Let's look at the 2020 numbers.
Exactly.
And we'll also have the vote shares of the LJP.
And just
to add JDU. JDU was 43. On 33 seats, LJP damaged JDU. 43 plus 33 is 76.
Okay.
That 5-6% Paswan vote, when it shifted to JDU or NDA,
LJP actually had 6% votes. Yeah, 6% votes. Yeah, correct. One seat only they won, but they had 6% votes, and that
damaged JDU much. And that is why this time the contribution of Chirag Paswan is not just that he has been able to maintain his strike rate, but also that he has not dented JDU's vote. So it is like this.
It's had an exponential effect or a multiplier
effect. Yeah.
So this is what that is the USP of Paswan, because they collaborate, they don't confront, they don't assert. So there is a, if you look at Uttar Pradesh politics and all, there is a lot of Dalit assertion, or even in Maharashtra, where they collaborate in such a way that the alliance partner, they gain a lot. Look at Lok Sabha strike rate 5 out of 5, and here also there is a 90% strike rate.
Also, Anand, the Mahagathbandhan alliance partners didn't do well. If you look at the VIP, the deputy chief minister, etc., all of that was given. But you see, they have not done well. Why? Because I think they over-calculated their impact. The Malla and the Maji Samaj is different. There are different categories who are not homogeneous. They behave differently. And I think Amitabh was pointing, Malla is an aggressive community, just like Yadav.
There is already an anti-Yadav politics, and you add a Malla community to your
coalition. So Mukesh Saini factor did not work itself. So that became another dent in Mahagathbandhan. So
Mukesh Saini, also the way they treated Mukesh Saini was very important.
His own brother,
you announce
his own brother candidacy was cancelled.
Yeah, you announce him as a deputy CM candidate, but he's not aggressively campaigning anywhere. He's sidelined. You try and play truant with his own brother's seat. All of that sends different messages, but not too many people can wrap their head around this number that is 198. We are hoping to get Union Minister Giriraj Singh very soon. Let's quickly go across and see if we can go across to Akanksha at the live result hub. Quick check. quick check of the key race alerts that's firing right now. Veena Devi at Mokama is trailing. Anand Singh from jail is likely to win this race in Mokama very, very clearly. Veena Devi is the local, the other Bahubali from RJD, his wife, but she is actually trailing. Let's quickly move to the next one in terms of Vijay Sinha. There is an incumbent Deputy Chief Minister is leading from Lakhisarai. Will he continue to be Deputy Chief Minister? We have to wait and see. Samrat Chaudhary, Tarapur continues to lead, and he should be settling his victory very soon. In Nabinagar, Chetan Anand is actually trailing at this point. And we have the BJP candidate leading from Nabinagar at this point. Let's move on to the next key race alert in terms of the leaders. So these are Osama Shahabuddin continues to lead from Raghunathpur. So all those who talked about Jungle Raj and Shahabuddin ko Zindabad kahoge, ke Bihar Zindabad kahoge, Manoj Tiwari was talking about it, but Osama Shahabuddin is leading. Maithili Thakur, again, young girl, Alinagar from Darbhanga, that region, and she wanted to contest, and she's leading. Mahila and Yuva coming together, leading. Celebrations all around that's happening, but now 199. So it's not just halfway mark, ye to 200 par, that's what it's looking. This is a historic mandate, the BJP 89 seats, the JDU 80 seats. It just looks like somebody somewhere did not catch the pulse of what the voter was actually thinking.
And probably Bihar Assembly will not have a official LOP.
Yeah, they may not have an LOP.
Yeah, that's true.
If this holds, Rashid Kitwai has pointed it right, viewers, Bihar may not officially have an LOP. It will be a symbolic LOP because there is no opposition. It's a complete rout. And it somehow looks like a repeat of Gujarat.
Yes.
And a repeat of 2010.
Gujarat and Maharashtra, yeah.
2010 Bihar, 206 seats.
Yeah, 2010 Bihar.
Just BJP and JDU contesting together just after 5 years. So it was, Nitish was at his, you can say, peak at that point of time because he had changed Bihar. People could see the change. See, ironically, Anand Singh and Veena Devi, they were making different color rasagullas for distribution after victory. Yes, one was making white and the other was making black. That Kala Jamun, which we call.
Kala Jamun.
So these intricacies of politics in Bihar is very intriguing. Very intriguing.
So, कहते हैं कि काला जो रंग होता है वो शुभ नहीं होता है.
How would you look at the fact that AIMIM has a better strike rate than Jan Suraj Party, and the left has a far better strike rate than the Congress Party? Yes.
Yeah. So see, left has underperformed. Left had a much better strike rate in 2020 compared to 2025. Correct. So left is also a story as to why it has underperformed despite not being a run-of-the-mill political party, despite having strong cadre support and socio-economic class support.
The left last time around had 16 seats between themselves, all of them put together, and nearly about 12-13% vote share.
And Prashant Kishore, what happened is that since he decided not to contest, he did not release any manifesto, talking big, but no blueprint for Bihar as to how he is going to change Bihar. People who were thinking of shifting, so youth moved back to Mahagathbandhan, upper caste moved back to NDA. So in the end we see...
No, when you say youth, are you talking men? Because youth also is male. Female. 50% is female in youth. Yeah.
Male youth. Some of them shifted back.
Some of them.
And also, Anand, I mean, Prashant Kishore, I think the role of the communicator was well placed. So he came into attention, he created the attention, he was into consideration list. But then when it came to performance, the leap that one had to take from the communicator strategist to a leader, one who leads from the front, that did not happen. And like I said, he missed the 50% demography. There was nothing about women in his entire manifesto. He rejected women, saying that वो तो factor ही नहीं है.
But Sujata, he did play a role, I would say, in all this because he kept talking about Tejashwi's lack of degree, education, etc. Somewhere he was able to build that kind of narrative. The beneficiary was different.
He dented the image of
Tejashwi's
massively. Passively, he dented the image of Tejashwi. Who? Prashant Kishore. The amount
did he
of damage...
take the fire away from the opposition by trying to project himself as the opposition? Is that what he did?
Yes.
But then why did he back off from fighting the election?
That only he can explain. Why didn't he release a manifesto when he has 1,000 professionals and he talks about a think tank of IAS and IRS officers? So it is very, very intriguing as to why he backed out at the last minute. And on AIMIM, I think this is also a message from the Muslim community to so-called secular parties like the RJD and the Congress, don't take us for granted. Give us proper representation. You are not even giving 18% tickets to Muslims, leave alone the deputy CM chair. After coming from a voter adhikar yatra, I had said this on many channels. There was a resentment among Muslims after the voter adhikar yatra because no tall leader was there on the campaign vehicle, single leader across the state. They kept on changing, somewhere Osama, somewhere Fatmi, Mr. Fatmi, somewhere
no tall leader was there. Let me ask this question. If you have a Muslim leader, Muslims need a Muslim leader to work for Muslims? Is that what's the question? Then you are creating a binary, right? If you are a political leader, you are supposed to be working for everybody. The AIMIM calls itself a party for Muslims. So how are they secular?
They are not secular.
No, how are they secular? So if people are voting for the AIMIM, they are not secular in their headspace. And if you are saying that I will vote for you only if you give me a Muslim candidate, then how are you secular?
I am not saying AIMIM is secular, but in Bihar this time, representation was a key theme. In Bihar Assembly, there are only 8% Muslim MLAs. Population is 18%.
Right.
So that is a big discussion among the community.
Leader was a Muslim. Shakil Ahmed, he's a Muslim.
No, but
what I'm saying is, see, the Muslims are
in the political lexicon, if this election not very clearly prove that one has to change their political lexicon. One has to move beyond the fact that what your caste is, what your religion is, and say what your karma is in terms of what is it that you have delivered for people. The Mahila who have voted for the JDU and the BJP, they have risen above caste. 50% of the voter base has risen above caste and voted. Right? So why should the remaining 50% describe that is only the men decide what the electoral lexicon or dialogue should be?
Caste dynamics is no longer foolproof guarantee that you will win. You have to have a caste arithmetic and alignment, but you also have to have issues and the delivery promise with credibility.
The other thing is that in Ladki Bahna, Ladli Bahna, and now this one, the Rozgar Yojana, all of this, is this also saying that no government can actually come to power or no party can come to power unless they have a social dole? Now, you may not like that term, some method of empowering the women folk in the house, those who did not have financial independence. The moment you attract them, you talk to them, you are home.
So that's the beauty of the democracy, Anand, that even if you are literate, not literate, you still have the right to vote. Your vote matters, and your vote is as important as the Prime Minister of this country or the President of this country. So if you cannot ignore 50% of the demography, whichever state you are in. And and you're saying it's dole, I do not consider it dole because, you know, the 10,000
like I said,
rupees,
I corrected myself.
No, I'm just saying
a social empowerment monetary scheme funded by the state to empower those who are not financially independent.
So in Mandal, just one second, in the Mandal, what did we do? We just empowered the backward classes, the OBCs and the EBCs. But we forgot that if this country has one Dalit, that is defined by the Prime Minister itself, that the Mahila, Yuva, that's how we define the Jati. And I think it is, no party today can come into power without having this 50% democracy in consideration. But this will not just work as a knee-jerk politics, as a freebie. You will have to show that I am there for you and I am there for a long haul. This is what Nitish Kumar has done.
Right. Have they done that? We've got to pause at this point. From 7 a.m. this morning, we've not taken a commercial break. We are now taking a break at a time when the RJD has slipped below 30, the INDIA has slipped below 40, and the NDA is one short of 200 viewers. The result, the mandate is explosive and it's clear. It's in the name of Narendra Modi and Nitish Kumar. Center mein Modi, state mein Nitish. That's the verdict. It's a hands down win for the NDA, landslide for the NDA. Stay with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there you go. It's 8 a.m. Result day live.
The result hub has started buzzing.
150 members are there to give the right result.
चले हम लोग जीत रहे हैं. बहुत शुभकामनाएं आप लोगों.
BJP, JDU and the RJD are all pulling their weight.
ये लड़ाई बीजेपी, कांग्रेस, आरजेडी, जेडीयू की नहीं रही. अब ये लड़ाई सीधा ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता और भारत की जनता की लड़ाई.
122, the NDA at the halfway mark.
I'm only worried about what we
speak. Just a quick reminder of the poll of polls.
कौन होगा, प्रधानमंत्री कौन होगा, घुसपैठिए तय करेंगे. Will the कौन होगा, प्रधानमंत्री कौन होगा, घुसपैठिए तय करेंगे? Will the infiltrators decide who will govern this country or the state? That is exactly what the Congress is arguing for. और अगर घुसपैठिए मुसलमान है तो हम क्या करें? किसी भी धर्म के होंगे, अगर अवैध तरीके से देश पर आए हैं तो उनको देश से बाहर निकाला ही जाएगा। आप उनको यहां इसलिए लेकर आए क्योंकि आप अपना वोट बैंक बनाना चाहते थे। आपने असम में यही किया, आपने बंगाल में यही किया, आपने झारखंड में यही किया, आप बिहार में भी यही करना चाहते हैं। सीमांचल का जो पूरा क्षेत्र है उसमें बहुत बड़ी संख्या में घुसपैठिए हैं। उन्होंने अब अपने फॉर्म वापस नहीं किए, क्योंकि अगर फॉर्म वापस करते तो तुरंत आइडेंटिफाई हो जाते। आइडेंटिफाई अब भी होंगे, सरकारें काम अपना अब भी करेंगी, लेकिन ये कहना कि एसआईआर हुआ इसलिए हम चुनाव नहीं जीते, ये इसी बात को दर्शाता है कि आप घुसपैठियों के वोट से चुनाव जीतना चाहते हैं, और वो हिंदुस्तान में नहीं होगा जी। हमारे हिंदुस्तान में तो कतई नहीं होगा।
हाँ, अमित मालवीय, एक समय अल्प है आपके साथ, तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ आज शाम को क्या बीजेपी हेडक्वार्टर्स में इज देयर गोइंग टू बी अ सेलिब्रेशन? प्रधानमंत्री जी आएंगे, और इज इट गोइंग टू बी लो की बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट हैपेंड ऑन मंडे लास्ट?
Look, we have to find a fine balance to it. We understand what's happened in Delhi is something that has taken the country by surprise. You have seen the strong actions that have been initiated. The Prime Minister has said in no uncertain terms that the conspirators of the Delhi brass will be hunted down. The Home Minister has said so in no uncertain terms. And I'm absolutely sure that actions in the days ahead will bear us out. We have responded resolutely to any attack of terrorism in the country. As far as Bihar election is concerned, I'm sure it's a moment to celebrate. It's a moment to celebrate the victory of the people of Bihar for the choice that they have made, and we will be with them in this moment of joy.
So will there be a celebration at the party headquarters in Delhi in the evening?
You will know soon.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Tariq Anwar is with us, and we also have, thank you Amit Malviya, Manoj Tiwari of the BJP is with us. Manoj bhaiya, namaste. Anand बोल रहा हूँ. बहुत बधाई आपको.
नमस्ते नमस्ते आनंद जी, नमस्ते, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद.
अरे अभी तो बहुत खुश हो गए आप.
आपको
थैंक यू कर दिया भाई उन्होंने, लगता है.
नहीं, खुश होना तो लाजमी है.
Is something that has taken the country by surprise. You have seen the strong actions that have been initiated. The Prime Minister has said in no uncertain terms that the conspirators of the Delhi brass will be hunted down. The Home Minister has said so in no uncertain terms. And I'm absolutely sure that actions in the days ahead will bear us out. We have responded resolutely to any attack of terrorism in the country. As far as Bihar election is concerned, I'm sure it's a moment to celebrate. It's a moment to celebrate the victory of the people of Bihar for the choice that they have made, and we will be with them in this moment of joy.
So will there be a celebration at the party headquarters in Delhi in the evening?
You will know soon.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Tariq Anwar is with us, and we also have, thank you Amit Malviya, Manoj Tiwari of the BJP is with us. Manoj bhaiya, namaste. Anand बोल रहा हूँ. बहुत बधाई आपको.
नमस्ते नमस्ते आनंद जी, नमस्ते, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद.
अरे अभी तो बहुत खुश हो गए आप.
आपको
थैंक यू कर दिया भाई उन्होंने, लगता है.
नहीं, खुश होना तो लाजमी है.
NDA is today 3/4 of all seats in Bihar. That is the size of this victory, and it's going to have repercussions, ripples across the length and breadth of the country, because Bihar is really the political heart of India in a sense. And therefore, whether it is Bengal or it is Assam, which are of course contiguous in a sense with the geography of Bihar, there are going to be domino effects. The BJP will go on to these contests with their tails up, and it's only a matter of 6 months. Elections will be held. Shambhavi Chaudhary, LJP Member of Parliament, is here with us. Madam, thank you very much for speaking to us. Congratulations. The LJP, runaway success in this particular election. Your conversion rate is huge. The demand by your leader for the number of seats vindicated. What do you put this stunning performance, first of the LJP and then of the alliance, the NDA alliance, down to?
I think we are always very confident of winning, and this is because we had a sense that the people of Bihar are focusing on development. Their focus is on Vikas, as we call it. Bihar's agenda right now is Viksit Bihar and Atmanirbhar Bihar, and they are going to cast their vote for that. So definitely we had expected this kind of victory, and we were very confident of winning. As far as the Lok Janshakti Party is concerned, our party's national president Shri Chirag Paswan ji is his acceptability was pretty visible beyond caste and religion factor. He was getting support from a wide range of voters, and we had experienced this while the Navsankalp Mahasabha was going on. Lok Janshakti Party's candidates had put in a lot of effort, and they were constantly working with party workers, with different Varisht Netagan, as you call them, and definitely our party's national president Shri Chirag Paswan ji has his own charisma. He has been able
when
to
the seats were being allocated, there was
convert a considerable chunk of vote in favor of NDA.
Right, that is remarkable.
Sorry?
Because that's very remarkable, because before the seats were allocated, there were many within perhaps the NDA that were wondering as to why Mr. Paswan was demanding the number of seats, 28, that he eventually got, and thought that he was being over-ambitious. So this is a vindication. What do you put this down to? Clearly, it's not just your caste, but this has been a consolidation. Do you think this is a vote which goes beyond entitlement? How does this square?
No, so definitely when the seats were announced and the number of seats that Lok Janshakti Party was contesting, when the number of seats were announced, there was a negative propaganda that was working against Lok Janshakti Party, that maybe we would not be able to continue with our success rate. But I think we've put a shut to those murmurs by working hard, and the acceptability that our national president has Lok Janshakti Party will emerge as an undoubtable force in Bihar politics. And in the near future, we see a great position for the party and for our national president Chirag Paswan ji. His ideologies, his vision of Bihar first, Bihari first is something that has seeped through the voters, and definitely the entire vote.
Okay,
you can't call this as a division of caste.
Yes, no, I understand that. Just stay on, because we are also joined by Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. Needs no introduction, a person who has been singularly associated with Bihar politics for decades now, a person who is extremely influential across castes and is known to have great associations across party lines also. So very senior leader of the BJP here with us, of course, minister at the center. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, congratulations. It's 2 o'clock. The number of seats that the NDA has been able to sort of win is 201. This is unprecedented. It's 2010 once again. Under Mr. Modi, the 5th election that the NDA is winning by thumping margins in Bihar. What do you put this down to, sir?
Well, Rahul Shiv Shankar, you have followed the polity of India. Thank you for the kind words. It is a victory of hope. It is a victory of trust. And it is a victory of confidence कि अब बिहार को इसी रास्ते पर चलना है आगे के लिए. And this trust is also in the leadership of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. He has taken a personal guarantee for development of Bihar, the way he visited, the way he launched projects, the way he connected with the people of Bihar. You know, today in Chhath festival, Rahul Shiv Shankar, thousands of Biharis from all over the country drove to their respective villages by car.
Yes.
Unthinkable to celebrate Chhath. This is a change. There is electricity in all the villages, good connectivity. You may have, if you want to see Patna, go and see the new airport of Patna. I'm the chairman of that committee, and see what a great facility it has come about, the Vande Bharat. Plus for poor people, feeding them, the way Nitish Kumar government did for the women, from Cycle Yojana to many of the mothers who were given cycled in 2005 and the school dress today have become mother themselves. and plus the Ajivika Didis. All these has worked together to see the development of Bihar. The way ethanol industry, the way the garment industry is coming to Patna. So many biscuit factories have come to Bihar. All this changing narrative of Bihar. Even Coca-Cola is setting up 2 facilities in Bihar. The people are seeing all that happen. And they also recall the dangerous days of the Jungle Raj, what used to happen in Lalu Prasad regime. And Mr. Tejashwi Yadav is a version of that. And if the son of Shahabuddin Osama can be projected as a savior of Muslims and given tickets in a flamboyant manner, this sends a message that there is no change at all. That's how it sees the result.
So within even the NDA, the BJP has outperformed all other parties. In fact, it's the single largest party. What do you put this down to?
Well, the reply is very straight. Both were contesting the same number of seats. They are close to each other. So therefore, don't segregate it in a very, very big way. Our understanding is very good. We are in coalition for the last more than 30-40 years now, from 1996, except 2 hiccups when he went to RJD and got disenchanted very soon and came back. So this is how it has worked out. And I would assume that this kind of stable coalition polity is also an important lesson which the BJP and JDU and the NDA has established over the years. We don't contest only for the sake of election, but we work with a proper strategy, proper background, proper commitment. Then people come with you. You don't join for the sake of it, for the heck of it. And you don't contest against each other the way Amit Shah ji settled all the dissidents in the whole system. These all are indications of that.
So that bonhomie continues. Nitish Kumar ji is going to be the CM for the next 5 years, one presumes.
Is there any vacancy, Rahul?
No, I don't see it.
Is there any vacancy?
No, I don't see it. Number of people, however, have been saying that, oh, you know, the BJP, when it takes a lead over alliance partners, you know what they're saying. And then, of course, there are others who are saying that this is a 10,000 election. How would you respond to these people? And you know who I'm talking about.
ऐसे लोगों को छोड़ दीजिए ना. आज के दिन मैं इस पर नहीं जाऊंगा. Rahul Shankar, today is a great day for us. Let the signs of desperation remain desperate. Today is the great result of hope, of confidence, of trust. Let us celebrate that.
That's a very nice iteration.
Thank you.
Well, last question, sir. Last question. What does this mean for the BJP in the next round of elections, Bihar and Assam? Will there be now a knock-on effect? Do you see this continuing, this arc?
सबसे पहले बंगाल को हैंडल करेंगे हमारे पड़ोस में.
Wonderful.
वहाँ बदलाव बहुत जरूरी है.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, well, congratulations once again. Congratulations, because this has been a victory where you can't find fault with just about anything. And fundamentally, Amitabh ji, you've heard Ravi Shankar Prasad, you heard Ms. Chaudhary, both of them complimenting what they call is the positivity, the positive campaign. How far has this struck a chord? Because we were told constantly that there was negativity on the ground. And that is what the opposition was tapping into and perhaps building its politics around. How do you respond to this? From a psephological point of view, I'm even seeing Mr. Tejashwi Yadav in the contest of his life. His brother is number 4 in his constituency, in the Yadav belt. So what is exactly happening on the ground?
So I think if you talk about Tejashwi and Tej Pratap, I think the message is that entitlement politics cannot last forever. Because when I was there on the ground 2 months ago in Raghopur, people from the Yadav community were saying that even during floods, Tejashwi Yadav was not present or had not come to that particular seat and had sent his emissaries to take care of. Now when we come to this mandate, the visit of Nitish Kumar to Chirag Paswan's house on the occasion of Chhath and Chirag Paswan taking his blessings is a very powerful symbolic message. whatever differences were there amongst the cadre and leaders, especially of JDU and LJP, because of a historical tiff. It goes back to 2007-8 when the Mahadalit committee recommendations were accepted, and that possibly weakened the influence of LJP in the state. So that was very powerful. Second is that while there were issues or talks about this JDU and BJP internal competition, it seems to have turned into a healthy competition of sorts. On the other side, people also saw an alliance which was fighting for seat distribution. There was no coherence in campaign. Congress was missing from the campaign.
Till the day before.
Yeah. So essentially people also had this thought in mind that if the alliance partners of the opposition are not able to come to a table to discuss seat finalization, what could happen if they win the elections? Then there could be instability, and Bihar has seen almost 20 years of stability now, correct? In the form of Nitish Kumar as the common denominator. So I think these factors worked in favor of the NDA-led alliance.
Yeah.
So I want to make two points following that. After such a sweeping win, we've seen governments feeling the pressure to perform. So now there will be a lot of focus on the performance of the Nitish government. Second point that I want to make, people are talking about how this is a 10,000 Chunav. So we've seen this in Ladli Behna, we've seen this in Ladki Bahin in Maharashtra. Now we're seeing it here, that 10,000, and we experimented with this in COVID, that when you give money, that money is not saved. Women don't save it, and it goes back into the economy because they buy sewing machines, they buy animals, they do, some kind of like agro business with it or something. So it pushes back into the economy. In turn, the economy, yes, it has a multiplier impact. So it's not like a welfare state that is stuck just, providing, money which is just being saved and not going anywhere.
So the point I wanted to make, look, entitlement, yes, but you have Chirag Paswan on one side. He also represents a certain continuity of a dynasty. Tejashwi is on the other side. Of course, there's Rahul Gandhi, who's the overarching dynast, but the fact of the matter is that it didn't seem to have rubbed off on Chirag Paswan, but it definitely has rubbed off on Tejashwi, even though every poll and every pollster said that he was the leading candidate for chief ministership. Heads and shoulders above Nitish Kumar. How does this happen? Either the pollsters have got it completely wrong.
See, leading candidate for chief minister does not automatically mean that that party is likely to win. Because only 15% of
the... How is it that he is himself trailing?
Exactly.
How is it trailing?
I mean, this is a complete vote by the Yadavs themselves against.
So when people are answering the question, who are you likely to see as CM? Let's say from the Muslim Yadav community, they want to see him as CM. They don't know that the alliance is in tatters. They don't know that the RJD is not going to win even 40-50 seats.
No, but is this an alliance effect? Because the seats that we are talking about are in the Yadav bastion. So they don't require the Congress, etc. And these seats have been strongholds for years altogether.
Yeah. So that's what we...
is not a seat that is...
discussed.
You look at Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi won from both seats actually.
Yes.
In the Lok Sabha, and of course then Priyanka came in. So I'm saying, not able to hold on to, the family fiefdom of that seat is a very telling commentary. Your pocket bora, you're losing. That means that you were never there, in fact. It's like, 1977.
Well, he says that he wasn't at the most critical point.
No, not right that politically. I'm saying physically you may be there or not there.
So maybe the Yadavs themselves think that, look, why should we lose out?
Absolutely.
Why should we lose out?
See, when we discussed the risk factors, Rahulji, yesterday, I think, or day before yesterday, to the upside or the downside, we discussed that the silent woman voter amongst the Muslim Yadav community, that alpha, that lead which the NDA enjoys, we had a lead of 10%. Now let's say the woman, Muslim Yadav woman, who might not say in a survey that they have voted for Mahagathbandhan, but have silently voted. That's what is being seen in Simanchal also.
And what are we? Yes, there's a counter consolidation and perhaps, well, in a legit sense. In a legit sense, I don't think that we should.
Yadav के घर में वोट चोरी हो गई ये मैं कह रहा हूँ.
वो अलग बात है, मगर it's obviously legally and people have, look, no one is out on the streets despite the invocations, irresponsible invocations of some of these leaders. Abhijit, none of these people have hit the streets. In fact, this is the most peaceful election. Not one recount not one instance of violence that would lead to repolling in any booth.
So, 3-4 points.
Obviously,
very
the
quickly,
Bihar voter
Rahul.
is matured to the point where he's now taking decisions that go beyond emotion.
Exactly. So, this is the kind of election which makes us completely revisit the way we look at Bihar, its politics, and the kind of tools that we use to analyze a state like Bihar. It's not. This in no way is pure caste arithmetic.
Exactly.
It has gone way beyond caste arithmetic.
That's a good point. And because you're still here, I want to ask you, Vote 5 suggested it would be a close contest because obviously it was basing itself on certain established notions. Would you believe those notions this time have been completely destroyed? That we are now watching really what is a disruption in the politics of Bihar, and in a positive sense.
Yeah. So, in a positive sense, it seems that the caste-based notions which we have seem to have been destroyed in this election, and also the fact that women effectively belonging to the Muslim Yadav community or the core vote bloc of the Mahagathbandhan overwhelmingly have voted for the NDA, maybe even contrary to their male counterparts in the families, silently. This is what we've seen in Maharashtra. 22% Muslims supported the Mahayuti in Maharashtra, which would mean that almost 30 to 40% women, assuming that less number of males would have voted, had voted for Mahayuti.
And these could be even Yadav women.
Yes.
They could be
Yes.
Muslim women.
Yes,
You
of
could
course.
have perhaps seen a breakdown of traditional identities. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because, you know, when there is bad law and order, it affects not just Hindu women or Christian women, or you know,
it affects everybody.
Yeah, it affects everybody. This is what happened also in UP under Yogi. At least a sizable chunk of Muslim women voted for Yogi because they could go out.
So what has happened? I mean, I'm asking you, Rahul Gandhi, not even in the country, sir. The view from London right now, look at the view from London. The view from London suggests that the Congress is at 4. NDA is at 201.
View from
in
Qatar,
that,
actually.
Less than AIMIM and HUM.
Yeah.
Well, is he now in Qatar? Who knows where he is? No one knows where he is.
So the view from Qatar would be same. I'm just saying that. Yeah.
HUM and
So, but here is the
AIMIM are getting
situation.
more seats.
You see, you look, you
Hum
raised
and
a,
AIM
Rahul,
getting
you
more
raised a very pertinent point. You look at, the sort of dynasty politics, huh? So, Chirag Paswan excels.
Sir, one second, Mr. Kitwa, we also have Charu Pragya with us. So I want to ask you though, because, I'm going to get her to respond to you. I have to ask you this fundamental question tonight.
Charu is my friend, by the way.
No, I mean, so is she, a friend of all of us.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask you a question. Has Rahul Gandhi not only his message, but is the messenger also now being rejected? This is the 4th election, sir, after the 2024 Lok Sabha election. It's the 4th election where the BJP has run away. In this election, you could say, okay, you could have hidden behind the fact that it was the JDU's victory, but here the BJP is in the lead.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Rahul Gandhi needs to ponder a lot. That here is, Ajit Pawar wins, Chirag Paswan wins, but, Tejashwi Yadav loses. A lot of other, the Hudas lose. So, there is a thing, it is not that the people of India are voting against, Dynasty Raj. Dynasty is thriving.
I mean, come on. You look at the situation.
How do you explain? You see, Uddhav Thackeray loses. Sharad Pawar, his family loses. But Ajit Pawar, who breaks away and joins NDA, he does very well.
Because he joins, at least the messenger is better. That's what I'm saying. The credibility of the messenger is Modi. Modi is the message and the messenger. But here, as I'm saying to you, and this is why I'm underlining that point of the credibility of the message and the messenger. The messenger is being rejected. Maybe the message is right. Who knows?
Rahul, this is the first, Charu is waiting. I'm just saying, this is the first election after Operation Sindoor. This is the first election after, how India defied Donald Trump and, the entire, tariff threats, etc. This election in India is a very complex.
Modi surrendered.
No.
So if anything, the voters should
No.
have gone to the person who...
Either you're mixing. I am just saying, elections in India is a very, complex phenomena, and what you get a mandate is a reflection of all those things that has happened. It's regardless of where Rahul Shankar stands or where Rashid Kidwai or where Mr. Majumdar stands. So here I am saying this is a very, a solid mandate,
so
and there is a combination.
With Mr. Rahul Gandhi, you should continue with Priyanka Gandhi.
That is for the Congress party to decide.
No, I'm asking, what would be your advice tonight to the Congress
party?
I'm not
there. Advice is always given.
You're a very senior leader who's written books on the Congress.
Writing book is
commented on
is a professional hazard.
The politics of the Congress.
You're sounding like Sohail Seth, actually. I'm sorry to be saying this, but he told me the same thing today. See, writing a book is a commentary. It is not, it is not an endorsement of that political party. It's an academic interest.
No, I'm not saying that, but since you're a student of the Congress and its movement, do you believe it needs to be...
And
reinvent what? The party or the messenger itself?
Messenger, everything. See,
everything.
Victimhood is not going down. In Westminster model of parliamentary democracy, if you don't win, you vacate, you pave the way for someone else. And why not? Let there be a democratic election.
So you're saying till now there has been no democratic choice in the
Congress? It is not for me to say, it's the whole world to see.
Okay, it's the whole world to see. It's quite apparent. Charu Pragya, a quick response that, look, our viewpoints can differ, that there has been Operation Sindoor and so on and so forth, and others have of course alluded to the terror attack also and said that that is also was done between the two phases and all of this. But if you even look at the phase-wise data, I don't think you needed the help of anyone, including Dr. Umar.
Rahul, good afternoon, and let me begin by congratulating the people of Bihar. This is their victory, and I am calling it their victory fair and square. Victory of every woman who's now got a skilling center close to her village, so her son and her daughters can get skilled there and get a job close to home. Of every single village which has now gotten electrified. It is the victory of every single youth who's got opportunities right there at home. They don't have to travel the length and breadth of the country for basic employment. This is the victory of Bihar, full stop. And you know why these dynastic parties are not winning? Because they have taken the mandate of the people and the blessings of the people so much for granted, so much for granted. So let's talk about Congress first. We of course have got this mind-boggling majority this time, and that has also come because we realize our opposition is not interested. Rahul Gandhi started the voter Adhikar Yatra, and where did he go after that? Abroad. He's sitting abroad and he expects to win elections. How many rallies did you hold, Mr. Gandhi? How much effort did you put into this election? So when you do not put in any efforts into winning an election, when you put in zero efforts in trying to understand what the people of a state need from you, you are not going to win. So now you can cry vote chori or whatever else you want. That is the reason for your loss. And loss, oh my God, what a loss. 4 seats. 4 seats. I don't even know if you should be considered a national party anymore. Henceforth.
So let me just give a quick breakdown.
I think this is karma circling back.
One second, Charu Pragya. Just a minute. One second. I'll bring you back. One second. Just on that first point, let's deal with the Rahul factor in this election. I am now going to read out a list, and Dr. Raman is also here with us, of the seats on which Rahul Gandhi held rallies. Muzaffarpur, the BJP is leading there by 10,000 odd votes, and this is still about an hour back. Darbhanga, Nalanda, Shekhupura, Aurangabad, Gaya, Purnia, Banka, Bhagalpur, Kishanganj. Even Kishanganj is the only seat where the Congress is leading. Every other seat
absolutely. And
has gone the other way. So
one second. This has been the pattern throughout.
So one second.
And,
let me just bring in Dr.
There is another
Raman.
angle to this, Rahul, if I can just add.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I add one more aspect, please?
Yeah.
I think the disrespect that was dished out by the Congress for the people of Bihar, so much disrespect by getting people for their yatras who have been calling people from Bihar toilet cleaners, pani puri sellers, by equating B say Bihar, B say BD, not even sufficiently apologizing for that, from actually sitting on your high horse and thinking that the people are going to support you just because they look at you with curiosity. Absolutely not. You took your SIR narrative all the way to the Supreme Court, and it was thrown out by the Supreme Court, and you're still talking about it today. Even today, they're not willing to open their eyes and face the reality
so we are
of where they
blaming
stand when it comes to politics.
A bad workman blames their tools. Dr. Raman, you can bang on about SIR, you can bang on about vote chori. It's not going and registering with the voter, because the voter knows that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because these issues are not relevant. They are founded on unfounded slander. The voter is the most sensible. They have decided, and they have decided overwhelmingly. I mean, the Congress down to 4.
Yeah, Rahul, first of all, one has to congratulate the NDA. This is not just a regular win. This is a landslide victory. And full marks to Nitish Kumar and the BJP for having pulled off what has been an amazing victory, and the LJP as well. Now, the point is, I think some of the points that were made by the BJP spokesperson, we will have to accept. I mean, there is nothing to sort of counter that. There is a serious crisis of leadership in the Congress party. I am told that Rahul Gandhi even today is not in the country. I'm not. I do not have confirmed information on that, but there is a media report going on that he is in Europe at the moment. There has got to be somebody in the party who has got to stand up and take them on and say that, look, this cannot go on for the sake of the Congress party at some point. And I was told that Priyanka Gandhi is also not in the country. So I think, look, there are two things.
But there is a pattern to this, doctor. There is a pattern to this.
One minute, Rahul, let me finish. Look, you put in your best efforts. You slog, put in the hard yards. And the result may not go in your favor all the time. That is possible.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you don't put in the effort, now it ends up demoralizing the cadre, demoralizing the second line of leadership, who are probably looking to probably jump ship and looking for better options at some point of time. And this is a kind of slow hemorrhaging which is happening. And today it's unfortunate.
So are you saying that they should now move out of the picture?
I think that this election point, we had Maharashtra, we had Haryana, we had Delhi, and now we have Bihar, right? At least Haryana was supposed to be a done deal, right? Okay, Bihar was always going to be a tough contest because of the coalition arithmetic. But Haryana was supposed to be a done deal. Maharashtra, you were expected to put up a fight. It was never predicted to be a landslide. What happened? So I think that there is a serious leadership crisis. And today, quite honestly, I think that the Congress has become the BJP's trump card. Look, here in this case, yes, Tejashwi has also been routed. So it's a different issue. So had Tejashwi held his own and the RJD ended up with 70 plus seats.
Yeah, let me sir interrupt you there because Anand Narasimhan is joining the broadcast to speak with Maithili Thakur.
Yeah. Maithili Thakur with us on the broadcast. Maithili, namaste. आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? आनंद बोल रहा हूँ.
नमस्ते, नमस्ते, नमस्ते.
हाँ, आज तो बहुत खिल रही हैं, खुश हैं आप?
नहीं, अभी थोड़ा एक दिन का रेस्ट मिला इसीलिए.
जीत आपकी पक्की सुनिश्चित है. मैं बधाई दे दूं आपको.
बिल्कुल दे सकते हैं क्योंकि हम लोग भी, मेरे भाई भी अंदर काउंटिंग में है, मेरे बहुत सारे लोग हैं संगठन के अंदर, सब लोग बहुत ही हरी झंडी लेकर के है सामने खड़े.
इस वक्त आपकी लीड कितनी है? मुझे पता है आप सब नोट कर रही हैं, तो मैं आपसे ही पूछ लेता हूँ.
अभी तो शायद पिछले के अकॉर्डिंग 10,500 से लीड चल रहा था, लेकिन अभी तुरंत उनका फोन आएगा तब मुझे पता चलेगा कि अब क्या है.
अच्छा, 10,500 वोट से आप लीड कर रही हैं, तो भारी बहुमत आपका आराम से. अलीनगर में आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई. ऊपर से 201 पार हो गया एनडीए का स्कोर. इसका भी आपको अनुमान था?
नहीं, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि हम लोग जीतेंगे, लेकिन ऐसे जीतेंगे ये तो बिल्कुल ये लोगों का प्यार है. और मुझे तो अपने लिए भी ऐसा फील हो रहा था कि मैं इतनी नहीं हूँ, मैं कैसे करूंगी ये सब. लेकिन ऐसा लग रहा है कि लोगों का प्यार जो मैंने ऑन ग्राउंड देखा, और मैं इससे पहले सोशल मीडिया की बहुत बड़ी कंज्यूमर रही हूँ, और सोशल मीडिया पे जो पेड नेगेटिव पीआर करवाते हैं लोग, तो हम लोग भ्रम होता है ना हम लोग को भी कि अरे इतना किसी का विरोध हो रहा है. लेकिन जब ऑन ग्राउंड में गई, लोगों से मिली, तो जो नीतीश कुमार जी प्रधानमंत्री जी के लिए जो मैंने प्यार देखा सबके नजर में, सबकी बातों से, तो मैं ये अपनी जो जीत है, तो ये कहीं ना कहीं मैं डेडिकेट करना चाहूंगी एनडीए की जो जीत है. ये अपने जो दोनों वरिष्ठ नेता है जिनके लिए हम लोग को मेहनत ही नहीं करनी पड़ी, मुझे वोट मांगने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी, तो ये उन्होंने कमाया है जनता का विश्वास. तो बिल्कुल ये तो मालूम ही था कि हम लोग जीतेंगे, आगे बढ़ेंगे.
देखिए, उस दिन आपके गले में खराश थी, आप थकी हुई थी, तो मैंने आपको छोड़ दिया. लेकिन आज मैं आपको बधाई दे रहा हूँ, आपको बधाई सुनानी पड़ेगी.
बिल्कुल, बधाइया गीत सुनाती हूँ. बधाइया बाजे आंगन में, बधाइया बाजे आंगन में, बधाइया बाजे आंगन में, बधाइया बाजे आंगन में, बधाइया आंगन में.
क्या बात है, इतनी सुरीली आपकी, मधुर आपकी आवाज़ है, गला आपका वापस आ गया। पर अब आप बताइए, आप अलीनगर के लिए क्या करने वाली हैं? 201, 202 हो गया, इतना भारी बहुमत, विपक्ष ही नहीं होगा, तो आप क्या काम करेंगी? व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू डू? मैथिली,
आपकी आवाज बीच में कट रही है, लेकिन जहां तक मैं समझ पाई कि अलीनगर के लिए अब मैं क्या करूंगी।
यस, करेक्ट जी।
एक सेकंड, हाँ, मेरा फोन तो बिल्कुल, मेरा फोन आज खराब होके रहेगा, क्योंकि एक समय पे इतने कॉल्स, सब लोग बधाई के मैसेज। तो अपने विधानसभा के लिए मेरे बहुत सपने हैं। सबसे पहला जो हमारी पार्टी का मैनिफेस्टो है, अब मैं ये बहुत ही बड़ी चीज है कि इसको तक पहुंचाना। तो बहुत सारी योजनाएं तो होती हैं, लेकिन लाभार्थी उतने ज्यादा, उन लोगों को, मतलब हमारे जो आम जनता है, उनको उतना ज्यादा अवेयरनेस नहीं रहता कि सरकार के पास हमारे लिए ये भी योजना है। तो हर एक घर तक उस सुनिश्चित कराना कि सारी योजनाओं का अच्छे से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हो रहा हो। और जो मेरे अपने मन में है कि मुझे कल्चर सेंटर अपने विधानसभा में बनाना है। ग्रामीण सड़कों पे बहुत खास ध्यान देने की जरूरत है। जो आम इंसान के जीवन में जो ऐसी प्रॉब्लम जो हम लोग सुधार सकते हैं, वो सब करने का काम मैं करूंगी। और हम लोग जैसे टीवी पे देख रहे हैं, जो हमारी विक्ट्री देख रहे हैं, मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि विरोधी जितना वो बोल रहे थे, या फिर जितने अच्छे तरीके से उन्होंने सोशल मीडिया को बहुत ही ज्यादा अपने कंटेंट को उन्होंने हम लोग को तोड़ने मरोड़ने की, मतलब मैं पर्सनली अपने बारे में बोल रही हूँ, तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो लोग एक टफ फाइट देंगे, लेकिन जब मैं देख रही हूँ तो एक क्लीन स्वीप है। और हम लोग, मेरा सौभाग्य है कि इतने अच्छे अच्छे नेताओं के बीच में रह करके मुझे सेवा करने का मौका मिलेगा।
देखिए, धीरे धीरे एक कलाकार, एक युवा से लेकर आप एक नेता भी हो रही हैं, बहुत अच्छी नेता की तरह उभर रही हैं आप, बिकॉज आई कैन फील, आई कैन सेंस द पॉलिटिक्स कमिंग इन। बट आई ऑल्सो वांट टू आस्क यू, एज समबडी हु हेल्स फ्रॉम बिहार, यू हैव योर रूट्स देयर, आपके वहाँ पली बड़ी हैं, भले ही आप वहाँ बिहार से बाहर आ गई थी। ग्राउंड पर क्या वजह हो सकती है कि जो ये लैंडस्लाइड मार्जिन आपको मिला है, आपके हिसाब से व्हाट इज इट दैट वर्कड?
हाँ, सबसे पहली चीज है कि आप किसी भी महिला से बात करेंगे और उनसे आप बोलेंगे किसको वोट देंगे, तो बस नीतीश कुमार जी और मोदी जी का नाम ऐसे उन लोग के, मतलब ये विश्वास जीता है, जिसको वोट चोरी कहते हैं विरोधी। तो ये विश्वास जो महिलाओं का जीता, और खासकर जो इस बार के गेम चेंजर हमारे यंग वोटर्स रहे हैं, जो फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर्स रहे हैं। और अपने विधानसभा में तो मैं तो एकदम से हलो से ही एक कनेक्शन स्थापित हो रहा था। कहीं ना कहीं वो एज हम लोग का सेम है, या फिर हम लोग एक तरीके से एक मेंटालिटी के साथ सोच सकते हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है कि हम लोगों ने भी अपने जीवन काल में एक वो समय देखा है जब मुख्यमंत्री जी ने साइकिल बंटवाई थी और सभी बच्चों ने स्कूल जाना शुरू किया था। तो ये सालों की मेहनत है, और अब हम लोग के लिए आसान हो गया। जो पॉलिटिक्स में मैं आई, मेरे लिए ये आसान हो गया कि इतने बड़े बड़े नेताओं के नाम पर ही हम लोग बस आगे बढ़ पा रहे हैं।
अब रियाज के साथ साथ आपको जन सेवा में भी संलग्न होना पड़ेगा।
बिल्कुल। जो मुझे भरोसा दे करके जिता रहे हैं लोग, उस भरोसे पे खड़ी उतरना है।
आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं। We look forward to speaking with you at length very, very soon. But for the moment, congratulations, Maithili. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the moment, savor the victory.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Well, we've got Shivani getting us something special from ground, but before that, quickly some updates that have come through. Aman, some key takeaways. Abhijit Majumdar and Rashid Kitwai with us before we go across to Shivani. Aman, some key takeaways on this landslide victory. See, I'm sure even the NDA would not have expected crossing 200.
See, Anand, what I'm picking from top BJP sources, at least three things very clearly. Number one, this Chori campaign is not working. We saw in 2019, Rahul Gandhi say Chaukidar Chor hai. People replied to him with a resounding win, in fact a historic win for the NDA when Mr. Modi was back as the chief minister. The mandate belied what Rahul Gandhi tried to say. Right. And now this saying this vote chori. You know, it's clearly not working. The vote chori campaign is also not worked in this particular election. That is now very, very clear. So Rahul Gandhi's Chori narrative apparently has no takers. Will the Congress do a rethink on this, going ahead? Also, because there's also record turnout. If you have a record turnout where people have come and actually voted in big numbers for the NDA, this shows that, it is respecting the mandate as well. So I think this is number one thing which are picking up from top BJP sources. Number two, what they are really saying is that look at the Congress number. It's at 4 to 5 seats. This is maybe the same as AIMIM HAM and the left. The Congress is down to such a poor level that it is down to this much